Hey guys, welcome back to Let's Play Legend of Dragoon. And last time we crashed into the Phantom Ship. I believe that's what it's technically called. Ghost Ship, Phantom Ship, something like that. It's not a lot of fun, put it that way. And yeah, so he tells you can sleep, and of course, blue little icon means stores. So let's go buy some stuff. And by some stuff I mean a new weapon for Albert, and the same stuff for Hashel, and some junk that I probably already have but never use. Go figure. Now, let's run back in here and use the item shop. You can refill on items here. It's actually a relatively decent area to grind if you want to grind for experience or just do additions or whatever. There's a couple of other things that are kind of going to force me to do a slight amount of grinding anyway, so I'm not going to, purposely seek it out. Yeah, we can buy stuff. I think we could buy Healing Breezes back in Flets, but if not, we can now. The only thing I really want to buy is I want to buy one of each of those, not for anything in particular, just because I think all but one of the enemies in the upcoming area are going to be Darkness Elemental, which in this case is actually nice. They actually give you access to the light elemental attack items in the area where they'd be useful, instead of, 3 areas prior where I had to, actually go ahead and look to find out when the boss is going to be where these attack items are going to be useful, a few days in advance, so that I could, make sure I would remember to buy the appropriate items. Anyway, he mumbles about something. In here, we have the most hated room in the game. Well, probably not. Depends on who you are. If you decided to do this, then you probably hate this room quite a lot. Evil comes to all who open chests. I am not even going to try to do that today. Well, maybe. I don't know. I'll probably do it off screen for the most part, but I'll show you little bits of it. It's part of a little mini game, which is extremely annoying, and so I'm not going to do it. That door's locked. And as you can see, these little, they're called Will-o'-wisps. They appear and you can't do anything. So anyway, the way you're supposed to do this, at least I believe so, is you come down here, you see the little purple ghost dude. He goes in there. I'm not going to run into a battle to show you, but that door is now locked. In order to get the door to unlock itself by pure magic, we need to head up here. Now be careful. There's a guy that spawns here and I don't want to run into him. I'm going to try not running into any enemies right away. Like I said, we'll have more than enough opportunity to run into them later. Now here, we get a little sequence with ghosts, because it's a ghost ship. What do you expect to see here? Really? And he disappears. Now, for some reason, this triggers the next event. I don't know why. Maybe they want you to see the storyline bits in the intended order, but doing that will unlock another cutscene here. Bastard. What? Don't want to die. Well, you're already dead. Cannot make it, will be killed by him. Who? Anyway, what that does is, don't run into a battle, thank you. One of those will-o'-wisps spawns right there, which is kind of annoying. No! What that does is that somehow magically makes the door unlock. I don't know why, but whatever. Here we have 2 of the, I think it's 4 new enemies in this area. Yeah. So we have Will-o'-wisps and skeletons. The Will-o'-wisps aren't particularly challenging. I think they can do stunning and stuff like that, but they die so easily at this stage, especially with this party. Meru and Kongal should be enough together, assuming Kongal actually hits the enemy to, take them out. And Dart, I believe... Can't... Game? I want to hit enemies. Okay, I'm thinking the other way around. Dart can one-shot the skeletons. Kongal can one-shot the Will-o'-wisps, and the reason for this is because they're red elemental. That's why Dart doesn't do as much damage to them. Dart actually does more damage than Kongo right now, though that won't always be the case. They'll kind of jump back and forth. Between those two and Albert, they all seem to take turns doing the most amount of... Would you stop missing, please? Okay, I can one-shot the skeletons. The skeletons can heal themselves, though it's not, you know, a lot of danger out of them. They throw their, you know, their arm bone or their leg bone at you. I'm not really worried. Not a lot to them, though I think they give the best experience of any enemy in here. Except for one. And that one you can only run into a certain amount of times. This is the only thing to worry about with these guys. A burnout attack. Ow! You hurt Meru. What's wrong with you? Kongo, thank you for hitting the enemy. Finally! Yeah, see, Kongo can one-shot them, even though Meru had already hit that one once. I don't think there's anything particularly useful to drop from either of those ones. I think you can get a broadsword, which is Dart's first weapon, though I don't know why. Anyway, in here, hey, treasure. I want it, I want it, I want it. Eh, it's that purple ghost-looking dude. Huh? Yeah, it's a booby trap. This is just a fight with 3 skeletons, so I'll just cut this out and see you momentarily. And after that battle, we get experience and not much else. Now, every time you run back into this room, they will all be respawning, so you'll have enough time, usually, to run to at least one door. So if you want to, you can run from door to door to avoid running into any enemies. Hey! Anyone bet this is actually treasure? You'd be wrong. This time, there's only 2 skeletons. Not much of a challenge, is it? No, actually in this case we get to fight the purple dude as well, who looks extremely weird. So yeah, Kongo and Meru together can take out a skeleton with 1 hit apiece, and Dart can take out the skeleton by himself. It seems to be less damage for Meru for some reason. Maybe I'm thinking about something else. Yes, I am. Okay, anyway. So yeah, take out these guys relatively quickly. Not a lot to worry about. And now we have this guy. This guy is the Magician Bogey, or Boogie, or whatever. I hate this guy! I have spent probably about an hour trying to get his rare drop, because it's actually quite useful, and I wanted at least one of them. There is only 4 of these guys in the entire game. This is one, the other 3 are in another battle. The same battle. And they're actually really annoying to try and take out, because as soon as you get them low on HP, they start hitting you with the big guns. The big guns are Stunned and Bewitch. And they do it with basically their normal attacks. And she is now bewitched. Yeah, it's not a lot of fun. With only one of them, it's not such a big deal because we can still take him out. And of course, as soon as you kill the enemy that cast Bewitch, it breaks the status even if the battle does not end. Unfortunately, I wasn't lucky enough to win one, but oh well. They can drop... Excuse me. Yeah, throat's a little dry. They can drop the magical hat, which I'm not going to try and get that particular one, but there's another fight with 3 of them, and I'll just keep, well, I've already done it off screen, but I'll end up getting one from that fight instead. Hey, treasure. I have a feeling that's not treasure. Yeah, that's not treasure. Let's see. What do we have here? There's the other 3. I'll show this battle off because it is actually quite difficult, and there's kind of something interesting to mention about this fight. Because of the way these guys attack, you do not want to, say, bring Shauna and attack them, or Meru, and attack them with, all enemies with attack items, because they all get low on HP. Then they all start bewitching all of your party members all at once. And I pressed the wrong button. And yeah, it can end up in a game over very, very quickly. All your characters get bewitched. It takes some time to break that bewitchment. It seems to wear off from time to time. Doesn't seem to be any specific amount of time though. It's kind of unfortunate. It's hard to. It's not like with certain games where it's like, oh, that'll stay on for 3 turns, then it'll leave, and they're stunned. And he's unstunned. Stun is nice because at least you get hit and you're fine again. Bewitch, on the other hand, is just evil. So yeah, I don't recommend trying to use attack magic to take them out all at once. You could use, say, what were they, the Translate? Yeah, you could use the Translate to do some decent damage to one of them at a time or something like that, but I wouldn't worry about it too much. Not a lot to them other than that. Just make sure, that you're not taking a lot of hits from them once they get low on HP. Because that really, really sucks. And they'll start doing that as soon as they get down to the yellow. They don't have to wait till red. So make sure you're aware of that as well, I guess. You can die? Nope. Meru, unfortunately, does not do enough damage at this point. I really got to up her her addition there. Get some somewhat decent damage out of her. Even at max level, it doesn't do a lot. I think it does 150% damage, which is what Dart's first edition starts at. Ah, well. Okay. A few more, and then we can finish this guy off. And after that, if I'm lucky enough to win one of the items, I will get mad because I spent, like I was saying before, about an hour off-screen trying to get the drop before I finally got it. Which was not a lot of fun. But I didn't want to be running my recording software while doing the same battle over and over and over and over again, because it's kind of annoying and kind of tedious. And it builds up a very large file on my computer when I'm done. Yeah, I didn't win it this time. Anyway, I will go find my other... Wait a minute. Ha! Look at that. I found it. Yeah, we get the magical hat. Now, the reason why I want this as much as, why I put all the effort into getting it when, a lot of other items that are rare drops I haven't bothered with, is because this one can be very, very useful. And it's not just, a better piece of equipment that, will be better for 2 areas and then you'll be able to buy it in the town anyway. This one you won't get till midway through disc 3, and you might be able to buy it at like one of the final 2 towns, if you can at all. That's why I went out of my way for this one. So let's take a look at this item. Anyway, he wants me to go to the captain's quarters, which I will do. As you can see, my HP is not quite so good on this this file here. Let's see, where is it? All the way down here. Magical Hat. Not only does it raise your magical attack power and defense power, it gives you an additional 50% of your maximum MP. This is really useful for characters, such as, say someone like Kongal if you just want to use it, or Albert if you want to protect them from damage. And I have the Legend Cask, but I'm not going to be using it. I just wanted to show you that you can get, them throughout the course of the game without having to do too much grinding, though you will require some if you want those and the physically based armor. Where was I going with it? The other area you could use is on someone like Meru to up their magical attack and use it more for that than, you know, for the defense. And that can have them do more damage in, say, boss fights with attack items or Dragoon magic. Or not in Meru's case, but maybe in Shauna's case. Anyway, that's what I wanted to go over with that. And there's a Sparkly. Let's talk to the Sparkly. Get your pens ready. 3, 4, 6. 3, 4, 6. Write these numbers down, because didn't we hear something else about evil in this area? Yeah, well, that is for the, I forgot to open this on my other file. We're not getting the same thing twice. Did I find a new battle? Nope, no new battle this time. There is one more new enemy that I do want to show off, and I will probably show it off eventually, but for now, we can use that code that we got. Let's run back here to this room, and I will show you how this stupid chest works. Okay, we talked to the chest. There are 3 numbers. Combine the numbers that the ghosts were saying. Yeah. The way this works is you have to try and arrange them in a certain way. It doesn't really matter how, or well, it does matter how to get the correct one, but there's a system here. If you get the ellipses, that's the 3 dots there, then you got at least one number right. They don't tell you which one. So that doesn't open again. See, now I got 8 more times. In this case, I think you get 10 from the first attempt. You can open this chest multiple times, by the way, which is why this gets annoying. And not only do you have to run back and get more codes over and over again, on top of that, you have to... words are escaping me. Words are still escaping me. Yeah. Anyway, it's just, you know, you have to go through it multiple times if you want to get the multiple items that are in the chest. Anyway, beside that, this means that none of my numbers were right. So if we go arrange numbers again, it saves them from before. So 3 is not the first one, 4 is not the middle one, and 6 is not the end one. This means, in the case that we have 3 of these numbers, or we have 2 4s in this case. And since 3 is not on the start, I don't know. This gets bad with, I'm bad with math. So basically, that's not going to work. So let's try a different setup here. You can't have duplicates unless you actually have 2 of the same number. I'm not going to do all of these on screen because I really suck at them. There we go. For doing it the first time, we get a stun guard. And then... pain. It closes and we can open it again. Now I don't have the list in front of me of all the items you can get. Let me go back, I want to go use the end. But yeah, there are quite a few different options there. So there's one other thing I want to do here in this episode before we call her a day, and that is move on to the captain's quarters. Now, yeah, I'm going to try and avoid fighting you. Thank you. And I'm probably going to be forced to run into one of these dudes. Yep. And no more new enemies. For some reason, I'm not finding the other guy. Oh well. Anyway, here we arrive in the captain's quarters, I guess. Queen of some country. I wonder where... Uh-oh. Close. Uh-oh. I find it funny that not only did the captain appear out of nowhere, but his chair appeared out of nowhere too. It's a ghost chair. Nanny? Newborn? Whoa. Newborn princess? That's even worse. The black monster. Huh. Couldn't protect the princess. So, basically they have unfinished business. Is that a Casper reference? Oh god. Anyway, he wants us to end all of their suffering, and yeah. Now the door opens, and there's nothing to worry about. Rose, what's going on with you? Anyway, here we got 100 gold and a sparkle, which is a key to the door that was locked, and more money. And we can take a look at the picture again. Reminds you of somebody. Probably not important. But yeah, that's all I wanted to go through here. Yeah, these ones will disappear if you run into them. Okay. One more battle. This episode's going to end up a little long, but I finally found him. Death himself. Now, Death, I'm not sure if this is much of a stretch or a spoiler, but he casts Death. He also dies. Yeah, he's doesn't have a lot of life, but he can cast Death. So make sure you take him out quite quickly. Other than that, nothing particularly important about any of the people around here. They're all undead. They all die pretty easily. Not a lot to worry about. But yeah, that's all the time I have for this episode of... Oops. I hit my mic while I was trying to scratch my chin, and then I screwed up his addition. Excellent! And Meru leveled up. Nice. That's why I'm using both Congo and Meru right now, because they need to level. Anyway, yeah, that's all the time I have for this episode. Next time, we will go over some of the prizes. Okay, we can have another sequence first. God damn. Okay. Princess Luvia? I'm assuming. What the? Why are you attacking Rose? Maybe they're not. Maybe that was the same thing that happened all those years ago. They attacked the black monster on that spot. That's probably why it sounded like they died there. 108 years, when the moon that never sets glows red, a moonchild descends upon the earth. A child of destruction. Huh. Tragedy from the past. Rose? Let's move on. Okay. Anyway, yeah, now we can go in that door there that I just passed. But that's all the time I have for this episode of Let's Play Legend of Dragoon. Next time we will go over some of the stuff that you can get out of that chest, and I'll show like screen caps or little clips of me actually getting the right items, but I'm not going to make you go through the horror of watching me fail multiple times to open the damn chest. Anyway, that's all for this one, and I'll see you guys next time.